When was the last time you went a whole day without looking at a screen? Not just a few hours, not just before sleep. A full day with no notifications, no messages, no endless scrolling for more. Most of us can't remember. Because today, living without social media feels almost impossible. The phone is the first thing we touch in the morning and the last thing we see at night. And yet, more and more people are trying something radical. A 24-hour digital detox. On the surface it sounds simple, one day offline, but what it reveals is profound. That we've never been more connected and never more distracted. The noise of the digital world keeps us entertained, keeps us informed, keeps us busy, but it also leaves us drained, empty, unable to hear our own silence. A single day without social media is more than an experiment, it's a mirror. When the noise turns off, you're left with yourself. With the thoughts you've avoided, with the stillness you've forgotten. At first, the disconnection hurts. Your hand reaches for the phone automatically. The urge to check, to scroll, to fill the gap, it feels almost unbearable. It's a quiet kind of withdrawal, because you're not just leaving an app, you're leaving the drug of constant attention. But after a few hours, something shifts. The world regains detail. Street sounds feel sharper, food tastes richer, conversations without distraction gain weight, and suddenly you realize it wasn't your phone you were missing, it was yourself. The digital detox isn't a meaningless trend, it's a cry of exhaustion. People are tired of living as servants to an algorithm, chasing the next post, the next trend, the next like, because we all know, even if we don't admit it, social media doesn't give us time, it steals it. And it steals what never returns, our attention to the present. We've never been so digitally connected and yet so alone. We can speak to someone across the world in seconds, but we struggle to sit fully with the person across the table. We know everything, and yet we know ourselves less and less. A day offline exposes this contradiction. At first you feel like you're missing something, but soon you realize it's the opposite. The digital world is what makes you miss your life. Suddenly, a walk becomes discovery. Silence becomes rest. A thought becomes a companion. Silence is no longer empty. It becomes refuge. Disconnection creates space. And in that space rise the questions we usually run from. What is missing? Why am I so tired? What do I truly want? Social media is loud, but the louder noise is inside us. The anxiety of always being available, always updated, always present online. But being present online is not the same as being present in life. A digital detox, even for 24 hours, brings clarity. It reminds you that your worth isn't measured by your last post, or your numbers, or the invisible audience watching. Your worth is in your ability to feel, to be, to inhabit this moment without needing to escape. This isn't about demonizing technology. Social media connects us, informs us, entertains us. But when the useful becomes a cage, when the pleasant becomes an addiction, when what should bring us closer leaves us empty, then it's time to pause. What would happen if you gave yourself that gift? One day with no endless feeds, no interruptions every few seconds, no pressure to perform happiness for strangers. Here's what would happen. You'd realize the world goes on. Your loved ones still exist. Nothing truly important disappears in 24 hours, and most of all, you reappear. That's the silence that heals. The silence with no audience. No performance, no deadlines, just life. Unfiltered, lived by you and only you. Maybe the greatest lesson of a digital detox isn't what you give up, but what you regain. The courage to be bored without fear. The space to hear your thoughts all the way through. The chance to see the world with your own eyes, not through a lens designed to keep you scrolling. You don't have to do it every day, but do it once, and you'll see your relationship with time change. You stop giving it away so cheaply. You stop selling it for likes. You begin to protect it as something sacred. Because here's the truth. Social media is infinite. Your time is not. And that's the choice. Keep running on an endless scroll or stop and finally savor what is finite, what is fleeting, what has been waiting for you all along behind the noise. 24 hours offline is not punishment, it is return. A return to yourself, to the silence you forgot, to the life that never stopped being here.